In the world of darts, precision and composure are paramount. Yet there are moments when players cross the line. Actions that not only disrupt matches, but damage reputations and sometimes end careers. Today, we dive into the stories of darts players who didn't just misstep, they went too far and faced the ultimate price: a ban. Andy Jenkins, 11-year ban for match fixing. Andy Jenkins was once among the most respected names in professional darts. A World Championship semi-finalist and frequent face on the circuit, he had a long career filled with promise. But behind the scenes, a darker narrative was unfolding. In 2024, the Darts Regulation Authority dropped a bombshell. Jenkins was banned for 11 years after being found guilty of match fixing in 12 matches across 2022 and 2023. And that wasn't all. He also placed 88 bets on darts matches, a blatant breach of professional integrity rule. This wasn't the case of a struggling newcomer. Jenkins had a legacy. That made the scandal hit harder. Match fixing isn't just cheating, it's a betrayal of trust. Fans felt deceived. Sponsors walked. The sport, which prides itself on fair play, had to reckon with how someone of Jenkins' stature could fall so far. The message from the DRA was clear. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the game, if you tamper with its integrity, your time is up. Leighton Bennett, 8-year ban for match fixing. Leighton Bennett wasn't just another darts player. He was the sport's next great hope. At 13, he became the youngest ever BDO Youth World Champion.
2-7 nearly went. Bullseye for the title. I think the first of many. It's there! He's won it 3-0! He's almost up.
By 16, he was winning senior events. His natural talent and rapid rise had fans convinced they were witnessing the birth of a new era. But in 2024, everything changed. Bennett was banned for 8 years after being found guilty of match fixing during the Modus Super Series. Investigators found that Bennett had manipulated the outcomes of multiple matches. He failed to cooperate with the inquiry and used an unregistered agent, both serious breaches. This was more than just a scandal. It was a heartbreak. Fans had become invested in Bennett, not just as a player, but as a symbol of the future of darts. His ban sent shockwaves through the community, forcing conversations about how young stars are supported and what pressures they face. To see a prodigy fall so hard, so young, is rare. But Bennett's case is a cautionary tale. Raw talent is no shield against poor decisions. Prakash Jiwa, 8-year ban for match fixing. Prakash Jiwa had been part of the darts scene for years. Known as a steady professional, he wasn't a headline grabber. But that changed in 2023. Jiwa was banned for 8 years after being found guilty of match fixing. The investigation, conducted by the Darts Regulation Authority in coordination with betting regulators, revealed that Jiwa had not only manipulated match outcomes, but also placed bets on darts. What made Jiwa's case particularly jarring was his veteran status. He had been around long enough to know the rules, and more importantly, the consequences. But the evidence was clear. The ban ended his career overnight. A reminder that no matter your profile, whether you're a star or a journeyman, the rules are the same. Adam Smith-Neale, 8-month ban for assault. Some scandals happen off the oche. Adam Smith-Neale's didn't. It happened right there on the stage. During a match at the Nuneaton Darts Open, Smith-Neale lost his temper. After a tense exchange, he punched his opponent in the face. The moment was captured on camera and quickly went viral. Fans were shocked. This wasn't just a heated argument. This was physical violence. The DRA moved fast, handing him an 8-month suspension and issuing a formal condemnation of his conduct. Smith-Neale apologized, but the damage was done. In darts, psychological pressure is part of the game. But crossing the line into assault, well, that's unforgivable. Dom Taylor, suspension for failed drug test. Dom Taylor's case is more nuanced, but no less serious. In 2023, Taylor tested positive for a banned substance during a Players' Championship event. At first, it looked like a career-ending moment, but after further investigation, the DRA concluded that the substance had not been performance-enhancing and was taken out of competition. Taylor accepted responsibility and agreed to enter a treatment program. His suspension was reduced accordingly. This case highlighted an important distinction. Not every ban is about cheating. Sometimes it's about protecting player health and maintaining trust in the sport. Robbie Green, 8-week ban for positive drug test. Robbie Green holds the unfortunate distinction of being the first darts player to test positive for drugs. In 2006, Green failed a test for marijuana after competing in the UK Open. The PDC acted swiftly. He was stripped of his £4,000 prize money, fined £2,000 and banned for 8 weeks. Though marijuana isn't seen as performance-enhancing, the PDC made an example of the situation. The message was clear. Darts wanted to be taken seriously as a professional sport, and that meant upholding high standards. Ted Hanky, lifetime ban for criminal conviction. Ted Hanky was once a 2-time world champion. But in 2022, his name became associated with something far darker. Hanky was convicted of sexually assaulting a young woman. CCTV footage confirmed the incident. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison and placed on the sex offender registry for a decade.
World darts champion Ted Hanky has been jailed for 2 years for a sexual assault caught on camera. Jailing him, Judge Stephen Everett said Hanky would have, quote, denied it to the bitter end if the attack had not been caught on.
Following his conviction, he was handed a lifetime ban from professional darts. This wasn't just a disciplinary issue, it was a criminal matter. The darts world swiftly moved to distance itself from Hanky. Sponsors, fans and governing bodies all cut ties. In a sport built on community and character, Hanky's fall was swift and irreversible. Darts is a game of skill, tension and character, but these stories prove it's also a game of boundaries. And when those boundaries are broken, the consequences are serious. From match fixing to criminal convictions, the players on this list remind us of what's at stake and why upholding the integrity of the sport is non-negotiable. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more dart stories that go beyond the hockey.